I started back with RE/MAX First Associates, now RE/MAX Alliance, back in 2007. After a decade of being in the housing industry, I wanted to refocus on the needs of the buyers and sellers. I want to take a whole new approach to providing service. Looking back at that past decade of experience, I just said, that's not enough. I can do more. I can do better. That approach really helped things take off for me. I was outpacing my goals and expectations, but you never know what's just over the horizon. My wife had her first seizure on our wedding day almost 30 years ago, and they've never really found a good way to control them. In 2010, we tried an approach that would remove the affected brain tissue, but it required a major brain surgery. It worked for about 6 months. The doctors were optimistic that if they did the brain surgery again, that it'd be successful. It wasn't. And those surgeries cost us well over $250,000. Now, that was a big obstacle for somebody who was 2 years into their real estate career, but it turns out it wasn't the biggest one.
Now traders are standing there watching in amazement, and I don't blame them.
All that's increased is the paper values of our stocks and real estate.
Well, as it took today, the American financial system is rocked to its foundation. Days, it is truly unbelievable.
I remember sitting down with my CPA, and he told me he had good news and bad news. The good news was that I didn't owe any taxes. It's because I hadn't made any money. I remember going home and thinking, I might be in the wrong line of work here. But in my heart, I knew that wasn't true. So I really looked at what my clients needed to get them through the housing bubble, back at what I had created over the last couple years, and thought to myself, that's not enough. So I went back to work, rebuilding a business that really focused on what clients needed most during that housing bubble. I invested in education so I could be their trusted advisor, obtaining 2 professional designations in distressed properties. I created innovative systems, better marketing, and I hit it hard. There's always a time when all that planning gets real, and for me, it was when I sat down with one of my favorite clients whose ex-husband had just passed away in a tragic motorcycle accident. And I remember the daughter was in the living room reading, and I was sitting at the table looking at my marketing materials. And there was more owed on the house than it was worth. There was multiple loans. Neither of those lenders were very cooperative in short sales. And I remember thinking, this house really doesn't have much of a chance to sell. But hey, the occupant has passed away. So that was about the time she leaned across the table and whispered to me, I can't have the kids remember their dad as the one who lost their home in foreclosure. And I just remember thinking, wow, there's no plan B here. This has to happen. Ever have one of those moments when things got real fast? I looked down at my marketing plan. I just thought, that's not enough. I focused everything I had into making sure that home got sold. I was on the phone with the bank every day. I did every marketing idea I could think of. We got it sold because it had to sell. There was no plan B. I remember thinking, this is how you provide service. This is how you fill the client's needs. You never perfect service. You're always perfecting the art of service. You're always getting better. You're always doing a better job. What you did last year, that's not enough. Now that got me to questioning a lot about how I did things. Like, why did I market upper-end houses differently than entry-level homes? Because my budget's larger for more expensive houses? That's not about serving the needs of the seller. That's about the bottom line for the agent, and that's not right. It's just as important to find the best buyer for any home, not just a buyer. So I continue to look at my systems and say, that's not enough. I can do better. And with that level of service, things really took off for me. It was just what clients needed. I kept doing everything to improve myself and my systems. I attained 9 professional designations. That's more than 99% of agents. I was better educated, better equipped, and hey, just better than other agents. And it worked. I reached a point where I was really focused on a large amount of business and trying to be a good father, good husband, and a caregiver to my wife. I needed some help. Now, the problem with growing your real estate business into a team is that you need the team before you can afford the team. In other words, you can't get to that income level unless you have help, and you can't afford the help until you're at that income level. But looking at the status quo, worried that things might be falling through the cracks or that I won't be where I need to be, that's just not good enough. I went through 5 assistants trying to find a perfect fit for my unique approach. I was really starting to get discouraged, and I was starting to think I might just need to scale back. I always joke that I couldn't find the perfect assistant, so I just had to make one. My daughter has been a lifesaver in keeping transactions running smoothly, moving us into video marketing and making everything, I mean everything, run according to our systems. The entire family has really brought our team to the next level. We are where we want to be, perfecting the art of service. There are challenges on the horizon. There always are. Things that turn our world upside down. Together, we will persevere. Together, we get better. We will never settle for today because that's not enough.